Hi there, this week we're going to do one of my favourite summertime nymphs. It's not really got a specific name, it's sort of a Haresear, sedgy type nymph, but as I relate to there, it's really good when the sedges come off. It sort of looks really grubby, it's got that nice profile to it, it's got a lot of interesting things going on in there. One I really highly recommend you tie a few of and get a few in the box for this time of year. We're all the way through to about October, even November if we get some warm weather. So yeah, it goes. The hook is a curved grub hook. That's a size 14, and the bead I've got on is a 3mm gold. Obviously vary the weights and sizes you tie this fly in, and vary the bead colour as well. But before we put that in the vise though, I'm just going to add a bit of lead wire to this fly. Now, instead of just tying the lead wire on around the hook like you normally would, I'm going to just use the vise here. You can use pliers as well, does the same thing, just to flatten about a centimetre's worth of lead. You see that there? So once I've got that, grab the hook and get the hook nicely securely fastened in the vise. Take our lead, and then starting at the end where we've flattened the lead, take a pinch and start wrapping the lead up towards the eye. Now I've got about 5 or 6 turns there. Come in with a nail and break that off. Just neaten it up if it needs a bit of TLC. Now once we've got that sort of how we like it, I'm going to push that up towards the bead there and press down at the other end so it's nicely flat. Now it looks a bit of a faff on, but as you can see there, and you'll see even more once we start tying the thread around, we've got a nice tapered lead body using that flat piece at the base, tapering up to where the lead starts up towards the bead. So once I'm happy with that, come in with the thread. The thread, by the way, is a it's a UTC extra strong, this new age sort of super thread, really fine, really strong. Great for patterns like this where you need to cover that lead quickly to create a nice level body, but again you've got that strength, so you can really firm when tying the fly and not worry about snapping the thread. For the tail, I'm going to take some cotyledon fibres. Again, use these on other patterns. Great tail material. This time I'm going to take quite a generous pinch off, maybe a couple of dozen feathers, like so. I'm going to give myself a nice chunky tail. I do like a nice big tail on this fly. For some reason it sort of suits the rest of the profile of the fly. 2 or 3 turns just to catch it in place, and then just going to adjust it to the length that I think is about right. So once we've got that on there, I can go in. Now I can cut the feathers at the base here, because where the lead started, I need to sort of fill that gap, so I don't get a thin back end and a chunky front end. So once I've cut them off, come in with some gold wire. Now this is going to be used as a rib, so I should simply 2 or 3 turns just to catch that in. Now next is the body. So before I put the body on, I'm just going to go with the thread, neaten that wire up towards the bead, and then back down to the tail, making sure I've got a nice curved level body. Now for the body, I'm just going to use some natural squirrel. This great material for a flower like this where you've got that buggy, leggy appearance. You will get a little bit of waste, but don't worry. It's always better to have a bit more on than a bit less, and you could always take it off. So just going to dump me squirrel on there. Looks a bit of a messy rope at the moment, but once we start winding it on and we get that rib through it, we can manage this fly really well and get it looking exactly how we want it. So I've catch that in at the base of the fly. Just adjust it until you get the right sort of thickness as you want. And go up to about 2 or 3 mil behind the eye of the bead. And we'll just neaten that up with a few turns of thread. Now you can see that I've got a really straggly, scruffy looking body. It might not look the prettiest, but it's exactly what I want at this moment in time. I'm going to come up with a gold wire now, wrapping the wire to the reverse way of which I wrap the fur, just to help that wire stand out somewhat. Up towards the eye, a few turns. And we can shake that about a bit, and eventually it'll snap off. Okay, so next we have the brown partridge feather. I'm going to use this sort of a wing. See that there? Nice banded partridge feather. Now to tie this in, I'm going to split the feathers from the top end rather than the bottom. So I'm actually going to tie this feather in at the tip of the feather, like so. A few turns to catch that in. Don't worry about trimming the excess off, I'm just going to leave that on for the time being. Add a bit more sustenance to the fly. And then you only need 1, maybe 2 turns. As a hackle. Come in with the feathers and just chop that away. Once we've got that chopped away, I'm just going to neaten it up. Now we've maybe got one too many fibres on there, so once I'm happy with the flies nice and secure, I'm just going to come in with the scissors there and just remove a few of the hackle fibres, just till I'm happy that I've got the right sort of size of wing. Like I said before, you can always take some away, so it's better to add a few extra rather than leave yourself short. So yeah, that looks a bit better to me. So once I've got that to a position where I'm happy with it, I'm going to take a bit of the hen's spectrum again, number 46. We've used this in earlier flies, it's a great material. Grab myself a small pinch, and this stuff's nice and easy to dub. It's one of the easiest things to dub in fly tying. It's great material. So got myself a. You don't need much on here. Probably got far too much on as usual, but like I say, it's always easy enough to take it off. And create a sort of a front thorax just in front of the hackle. A few turns to neaten it up, make sure everything's nice and securely in place, and quick finish. Alright, come with the scissors, take that thread away, and there we have it. Now, not quite finished yet. I'm going to take that out of the vise here, and I've got a bit of Velcro here. This is one of the fly tying pouches. See the Velcro on there. You can use a cocktail stick with a bit of Velcro on, anything with a bit of Velcro on a jacket or something, but this is nice and handy. So I've got the fly out just tied. Alright, that nice little hair nymph. Now I'm just going to stroke it back and forward on that Velcro, front and back. Alright, really give it some treatment. Now what that does is blends that. I'll put it back in the vise so you can get a close look. Blends that hen's spectrodubbin through the body of the fly. Creates a really, really good impression of a two-tone colour effect. Like I say, it's a great pattern when the sedges are coming off. I like to fish it on the top dropper if I'm fishing team with 2 or 3 flies. Just sort of jig it close to the surface, move the rod up, tip up and down so that the fly sort of darts like an insect would on the river. Yeah, get a few of those tied up, guys. Really good one to have in the box.